Have you ever wondered why some people spend a fortune seeking feng shui masters, changing their house orientation, or buying lucky charms, yet their lives remain riddled with struggle and anxiety? Imagine this: each person's soul is like a piece of land. If the soil is barren, no matter which way you turn it, it will be hard for fragrant flowers to bloom. Welcome to my channel, Buddha Essence Wisdom. Please subscribe to support me so I can continue creating future videos. The ancients said, "If the heart is not kind, feng shui is useless." As we pass the age of 30 or 40, we often worry about our fate while forgetting that virtue is the best feng shui of a human life. I have met many fellow practitioners who simply by changing their mindset, becoming more kind and forgiving, naturally radiate a healing energy that turns bad land into good land. You are a spiritual magnet attracting beautiful connections without needing any external material arrangements. You can watch the video I made to understand this mental transformation more deeply. In this life, have you ever felt regret after a burst of anger? A word as sharp as a knife or an impulsive action in the heat of the moment can sometimes take a lifetime to heal. Many people mistakenly believe that winning means competing with the world or having the power to subdue others. But in reality, the greatest enemy is not out there. It lies within our own souls. It is the simmering resentment, the narrow-minded selfishness, and the arrogant ego that always wants to be number one. Imagine this: every time you restrain a sarcastic comment when angry, or when you sincerely smile at a friend's success, instead of nurturing jealousy in that very moment, you have accumulated a vast amount of merit. Conquering your own lower ego is 10,000 times harder than winning on a battlefield or in business. Psychology also shows that when we master our emotions, the body secretes positive energy that clears the mind. In Buddhism, conquering oneself is the key to making karma naturally vanish. Karma cannot take root in a soul that has been cleansed of greed, anger, and envy. Have you ever felt your heart become light as a feather after choosing silence instead of an argument? Have you ever suddenly realized that the luxury items we craved in our youth, or the glittering titles on a business card, now seem so ordinary amidst the fluctuations of time? After 30, we begin to understand a harsh truth. Money and fame are fleeting. They vanish as easily as smoke after a storm. But there is one asset that no thief can steal, and no crisis can deplete your virtue. I want you to view virtue as an invisible savings account, yet one that holds value across time and space. It not only protects you amidst the storms of this life, but is also the most precious baggage to carry into the next. Reality shows that those with money but no virtue are always anxious, fearing loss. Meanwhile, those rich in virtue remain serene. They do not fear the future because they deeply understand the law of cause and effect. Once a good seed is sown with kindness, the flower of blessings will surely bloom brilliantly one day. Have you ever felt a strange sense of peace when doing a good deed without anyone knowing? That is when your merit account is growing. Have you ever felt stuck and wondered why misfortune keeps hitting you? Many of us have the habit of blaming fate or running everywhere to pray for an external miracle to resolve our adversity. But I want you to stop for a moment and reflect on this. Karma is not actually a punishment from a deity or supernatural force. It is simply the result of the seeds we have sown intentionally or unintentionally in the past. The root of everything, whether suffering or happiness, originates from your soul. Imagine your mind as a garden. If the mind is virtuous, karma will naturally lighten. If the mind is full of malice and calculation, that karma will become increasingly heavy. Therefore, instead of seeking miracles afar, learn to return and repair the heart. When your mind becomes clear, peaceful, and steady, the storms of life outside will become mere passing breezes. They can never knock down the ancient tree of virtue that has taken deep root in your heart. Have you ever noticed that when your heart is calm, every difficulty becomes small? Imagine this: I'm holding a piece of bitter, salty salt, and in front of me is a small glass of water. If I drop the salt into the glass in just a few seconds, the entire glass becomes so salty and bitter that no one can drink it. But now, Take that same piece of salt and throw it into the middle of the rushing Red River or a large stream. Will the river water become salty because of one small piece of salt? The answer is certainly no. The river remains cool and sweet as if nothing happened. This is a classic example from Buddhist scriptures that I always want to remind you of, especially those facing too much pressure in life. That salt represents the difficulties, adversities, or karma we must endure. The glass of water or the river represents the capacity of your heart and the openness of your soul. Have you ever felt that way? When our minds are narrow, a single rude word from a colleague or a minor incident at home is enough to make us lose sleep, making our entire day bitter and heavy. That is when our mind is like that small glass of water. Because its capacity is so small, a little saltiness of karma is enough to ruin a lifetime of peace. But when you begin to practice virtue learning to open your heart to love and forgive, your mind gradually breaks out of the shell of the glass to become a vast river. Past the age of 30, you must understand that no one is without karma. Some old karma from the past will still manifest even if we don't want it to. However, a person with deep virtue has an immensely vast heart. Then, no matter how great the adversity, no matter where the salt of karma falls, it will all be dissolved into the ocean of compassion and mindfulness. This transformative power is not magic. It is a very scientific, spiritual truth. When you no longer cling or resent the negative energy of karma, has nowhere to attach itself. It will dilute into the healing energy of virtue. I ask you, do you choose to be a glass of water easily clouded, or do you choose to cultivate yourself to become a gentle and inclusive river? Remember, the saltiness of life does not depend on the amount of salt you encounter, but on the capacity of the heart where you hold it. If you feel your life is too salty, perhaps it is time to expand your heart. Have you ever wondered if becoming a virtuous person requires doing something grand like building a temple or donating huge sums of money? In reality, through my years of practicing and sharing the Dharma, I have realized a very simple yet profound truth. Virtue does not lie in sensational things. It hides in the small rhythms of our daily lives. Imagine this: coming home tired in the evening instead of snapping at your partner because dinner isn't ready. You choose to smile gently and ask how they are. That is virtue. When children make a mistake, instead of using insults that wound a young soul, you choose patience to sit down, listen, and guide them. That is also virtue. Even when facing a wrong word, a false accusation, or a provocative attitude from others, choosing calm silence over arguing to win is when the virtue within you shines brightest. Have you ever felt that way? Small acts like giving way to a stranger or restraining your temper in a tense meeting have an invisible but immense power to accumulate merit. As the Vietnamese saying goes, accumulate the small to make the great. If drops of kindness fall steadily, they will surely fill a reservoir of merit one day. For those in middle age, we understand more than ever that gentleness and kindness in how we treat others is the greatest gift we can leave for our children. In particular, I want to emphasize a supreme expression of virtue: forgiveness. In life, there are pains caused by others that make our hearts bleed. There are betrayals that make us want to hold on to grudges forever. But my friend, look deep into your heart. Holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Hatred is like foul-smelling waste. If not cleaned out, it will make your soul cramped and dark. Forgiveness is never a sign of weakness or cowardice. On the contrary, only those with extremely strong inner strength have the courage to let go of hatred. When you forgive someone, it is not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Forgiveness is how you clean out the mental clutter to make room for the light of merit to enter. Do you want your heart to be a clean room welcoming the morning sun, or a dusty warehouse full of the broken shards of resentment? I know letting go is not an easy process. It requires practice bit by bit. Start by forgiving your own mistakes, then open your heart to those around you. Science has proven that those who know how to forgive often have healthier cardiovascular systems and a more optimistic spirit. From a Buddhist perspective, a single thought of forgiveness can resolve karmic debts from countless past lives. Try it. Just once. Let go of your attachment to a person you once bitterly hated. You will feel your chest become light, as if a 1,000-pound weight has been lifted. That is the moment karma vanishes and merit appears. Living with virtue is simply living in a way that your mind no longer ripples before unpleasant things. Live so that every word spoken is a fragrant flower and every action taken is a good seed for humanity. Don't wait until you have a lot of money to do charity. Start cultivating virtue right from the way you hold your rice bowl, the way you greet a neighbor, or the way you smile at adversity. Those small things will weave a suit of blessing armor, protecting you through all the storms of this life in the most serene way. If today's words have truly touched your heart and brought you a bit of peace, I invite you to leave a mark of love by hitting the like button, sharing this video with those in need, or simply subscribing to my channel. Each of these small actions is precious energy, giving me the strength to continue diligently creating mindful and profound content for our Buddha Essence Wisdom family.